Really appreciate it. Looking fantastic. Kimberly Newman.
Response. So I'll tell you a bit about myself. Believe it or not, I'm actually 41. Thank you, that's the reaction I was hoping for. So people say to me, how do I stay looking so young? And I say it's because of a healthy diet, I drink lots of water, and I do get regular facials. I mean, normally I swallow, but every so often I just ask him to aim for my T-zone. So I am straight, although I have thought about turning the other way, because who wouldn't want to live with someone who can not only find your clit, but also put the toilet seat down? But I do like men. I like men like my coffee and my chocolate. Rich. And inside me. Although some days I like him like a slinky, you know, you can just push him down the stairs. Speaking of my ex, he would get a bit full of himself, you know, act taller than his height. He would say things like he couldn't go out with someone whose BMI was higher than their IQ, which I thought was a bit ironic, because if he spent more time in the gym and less time on the Xbox and lost some weight, he could have brought his penis size up to the UK average. Like, and never minded the Xbox, but you think he'd be a lot better at fingering and pressing my buttons? But he actually left me for another girl, but I'm not mad, because she's just now sucking the cock that used to fuck my ass. Just testing the tone. Let's see where the line is. So I didn't mind being single, but I was quite picky. Like, I was swiping left on Tinder so much I was getting carpal tunnel. And I did not get the new terminology like situationship, love bombing, catfishing, hatfishing, breadcrumbing, and what the fuck is cookie jarring? Like, take me back to the days where a sticky dance floor and a can of hooch gave you enough time to rub up against someone long enough to swap saliva and phone numbers. Like, I spent most nights in alone with my wank bank, so much so I was getting overdrawn. Like, ladies, are we still calling it a wank bank, or is it the V-Files or the Fanny Vault? You know those images of Captain America and Tom Hardy to get you through those lonely nights? Or the not so lonely nights, you know, when you need a bit of a kickstart? So I have now got a lovely partner, and there's nothing I wouldn't do for him, and nothing I wouldn't let him do to me. But he is a little bit older than me, and he can be quite forgetful. He'll say, babe, I don't know whether I'm coming or going. And I'm like, you're definitely going. If you were coming, you would look like you're having a stroke. So when we first got together, he'd not long had to rehome his dog, and I feel like I'm the puppy replacement, because I get excited whenever I see him. I give him lots of sloppy kisses, and when I'm a good girl, I get a bone. The only difference is I don't have to shit outside, and I can't come on demand, no matter how much encouragement he gives me. Come on, girl, you can do it, you can do it. I know I can do it, I want you to make me do it. So, he has actually just gone celibate. Thank you. Well, he started wearing Crocs, which is basically the same thing. Like, I think Crocs and Superdry should have a brand deal together, so at least then Crocs come with a warning label and how they make women feel. So we are actually getting married. Yeah. So he'll be my second husband, and I'll be his last wife. Like, I much prefer the term widow to divorcee. And I have this theory that I think marriages are like pancakes. Like, the first one's a throwaway, and trust me, my first husband was definitely a tosser. So I have thought if the comedy career doesn't take off, I can have a lucrative one in squashing. Anybody know what squashing is? No? Okay, some of you have got some Googling to do. It's basically when a girl of particular proportions sits on a man and he fucking loves it. I do get plenty of practice. Well, it is just mostly me sitting on my partner's face. But he doesn't seem to mind, but then it is hard to ask his opinion when his voice is so muffled. But I have thought I could use it to euthanize him if he ever gets too sick, too old, or his loud chewing just gets too fucking annoying. Believe me, when you are this size, it's so easy to convince a policeman that your partner died because you couldn't hear his screams over your own. Although I would hope he at least had the decency to let me finish first, because I prefer if he died with a smile on my face. But then the cause of death would be more drowning than suffocation. That means I swear. So I know some of you are looking at me like I look quite maternal, and to those who like to chase the chub, pretty damn fit. You don't know whether to let me babysit your kids or motorboat me. Trust me, one of those things is not going to happen. I hate kids. Okay, I don't hate kids. I actually have a 19-year-old son. So he's technically an adult, or at least old enough to be tried as one, as I have to constantly remind him. So he's good looking and clever like his mum, but he can be a bit of a dickhead like his dad and his mum. No, he can be a bit of an idiot. In fact, I have him in my phone as idiot child, but he has me down as Mein Führer, which I think is a bit harsh, because at least Hitler got people to do as they're told. I ask him to do the dishes and I get those 3 words that every parent hates in a minute. But then thinking about it, that's how long I took to conceive him, because I also had to finish the job off myself then as well. No, he is great. And when it was just us living together, after I divorced his dad, it was a no-fault divorce. It was nobody's fault he was born a twat. When it was just us living together, you know, I let him have all his mates over because I was the cool mum. They could stay up late, eat all the snacks. But sometimes it was like they had their own language, you know, you speak. And I'd try and play along, you know, be down with the kids, safe, sound, wagwan. And he actually had to take me to one side and write out a list of words I'm not allowed to say. What did he think I was going to do? Walk in like a G and go, yo fam, let's link in the yard, spit some bars, bare flex our guans and spill the tea on who's vexed because they got piled off by some painting. I have no idea what I just said, but maybe I could translate for everyone. So they are quite impressed I actually do this, believe it or not. But one of his mates keeps like trying to slide into my DMs, and I'm sorry, but I've not got the time and energy to train someone who's just going to come in his pants as soon as I flash in my boobs. And like I said, I have now got a lovely partner, so I have had my single days, I've definitely had my hoe phase, and I'd like to leave some advice for the ladies in the room. If you're out and about, you know, getting some unwanted attention by a man who's not ticking all your boxes to get in your box, I've got 3 surefire put-downs to get rid of them. 1, I would rather staple my fanny shirt. 2, I bet your penis is so small, not yours, sweetheart, sorry. I bet your penis is so small that if you ran into a wall with a boner, you would break your nose first. And 3, and my personal favourite, there is only enough room in my knickers for one cunt. So I'd just like to leave and say thank you very much for having me, but it's now time for my walk, and I think you can all agree I've definitely been a good gal. Thank you.